previous video, I looked at two linear equations and I solved the intersect point. And now I've got a quadratic. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to graph them both and see if I can find it using the graph. So I'm just going to overwrite this first one. With x squared plus 3x minus 4. There's the first equation. And the second equation is 4x minus 2. Now I'm going to draw it. And I've got the same window as before, and I can see that they're almost crossing over, but I want to make this, also want to see the bottom of the quadratic, so I want to see the whole window. So I think I need to make this stretch out really from about minus 15 up to, let's take it all the way up to 15. That may or may not be big enough. Let's have a look. Okay, perfect. So now I've got the quadratic, and I've got the line. Remember, I go to the F5G solve, graph solve, and it gives me all these options. I want the intersect. I'm going to press that like I did with linear. Now it's jumped straight to this point here where they cross. Let's write these down. Minus 1 and minus 6. So I've got x equals minus 1 and y equals minus 6. That's great. But if you look up here, there's another point, and there's a second solution, and this is 2 and 6. So I've got another solution where x equals 2 and where y equals 6. Now if we solve this using algebra, you might get some idea. I can't use the elimination this time. Actually, I could use the elimination, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how to use by making these two graphs equal to each other. So I'm going to make this graph equal to this graph. Now they both start with y equals, so both of these two things are equal to each other. So I'm just going to do that as x squared plus 3x minus 4 is equal to 4x minus 2. Now it's a quadratic equation, but I can't solve it unless I have one side equal to 0. So I'm going to take away 4x. So it's x squared, and I'm taking away 4x from this side, take away 4x from this side. I'm going to add 2 onto this side, and add 2 onto the other side. So here's the quadratic equation, and it equals 0. Now this will factorise very nicely. In fact, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I know the answer. But it factorises into x plus 1 and x minus 2. So the x numbers are negative 1 from here, and the other x number I'm going to write over here from this bracket is 2. Now that's only the x numbers, and we've got the y solution, so we're going to take the minus 1 and put it into the linear equation because it's much easier to work the linear equation. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4 times take away 2 is minus 6. And if we use the linear equation with 2, we've got 4, 2's are 8, take away 2 gives me the 6 here. So very easy to get it from a graphical solution. Straight away, we graph, we set the window, we do G-solve, we intersect. But also using algebra, we can also check all our answers.